Today I will be talking about the history, advantages, and disadvantages of the new system of mandatory minimum sentences. Ever since the system started, the president nominates judges and the Senate confirms them. The reasoning behind the system operating in such a manner of checks and balances is to ensure no one can load the judiciary. Judges are a very strong mandate from the people. The decisions they make can affect the lives of others and will do so in some cases, often including sentencing. The new way. In 1984, the 1984 Sentencing Reform Act effectively took the power away from judges to sentence guilty persons based on merits on a case. Now, a judge is bound by law to impose a minimum sentence no matter if the person has no criminal activity or no criminal history or is being coerced. The logic behind minimum sentences was to believe rational humans would see the deterrent of the crime and would choose against committing it. Another concept that was added into the new way during the 1984 Sentencing Reform Act was truth in sentencing. This was basically when a prisoner would do their full time. That was given to them even if they have good behavior, so no early release, early parole, or any things and such. Another concept called 3 strikes was implemented to circumvent sentences guidelines. For example, an offender could commit 3 small misdemeanors and could get severe sentencing, including life in prison. Some unintended consequences by adding the new way into the system. The problem is that they have made most of our prison academies for violent crime. Say a 17-year-old is caught dealing crack for the first time and has no history of any crime. He would get a minimum of 10 years and would get out when he was 27 years old. He would have no skills when it comes to living in the real world, such as marketing skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills, and etc., and would be more susceptible to committing crimes again because they have a lack in the skills that will help them operate in the real world. Some disadvantages of mandatory minimum sentences. 1, sentences are often greatly disproportionate to the severity of the offense. 2, the focus on particular kinds of offenses has tended to have a major negative impact upon certain categories of offenders and particular social groups. And 3, removing discretion from judges shifts it towards the police and prosecution, which puts more pressure on the police and prosecution. Some advantages of the mandatory minimum sentencing. 1, can lead to a decrease in serious crimes, whether that be the narcotics industry or murder crimes. 2, they stop unjust sentence practices. 3, they eliminate personal bias from all parties. And 4, limits the role of a judge.